somebody.
All right, fight fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the lightweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Fit Junkies. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Franklin Aguirre. And now, introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black and red trunks. He is training out of Gracie Apple Valley and Team Inner Strength. He weighed in 154 pounds. His record, 5 wins, 4 losses, with 4 wins. Coming by way of stoppage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Aaron Cinderbrook Trobee. His opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks. He is training out of CMMA in Gardena by way of the Harbor area. He weighed in 154 pounds. His record, 5 wins, 7 losses, with 3 wins. Coming by way of stoppage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Roman Gonzales. All right, fans, here we go. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the lightweight division.
Okay, and we're underway already. And Trobee in the blue corner. Oh, right away, looking for... He's got this nearly like a standing Americana with his overhook. Because it's down at the elbow. If he's pushing this through to the other arm, could potentially... There is a finish there. But I think he's just using it to prevent the underhooks from getting too deep from his partner.
It's definitely a good sense of control. Like at a certain point, we know it as very, very enthusiasts of jiu-jitsu as something you can do there. But a lot of times, if you're doing it instinctually, you have it in that moment where you go, I just don't want this guy to move. I want him to move where I want him to move. And it can be a very good use. But that was a nice knee there, actually.
Yep,
and a good return, by the way.
Yeah, and that came up off of Roman getting those deep underhooks, elevating the arms, and then throwing that knee right to the solar plexus. Aaron just bum rushes right in.
Yeah.
And here we go, similar situation. So this happened in the last round too, where you have double underhooks, but the head's tucked under the armpit, and it turns into that 100% sweep, or it can. It can also be a neck crank. But Aaron gets his head out. No harm, no foul. And now fighting from, it looks like an over-under clinch. Can't see if Aaron's got a underhook or not. No, he's just an overhook and then grabbing the wrist.
Misses off that one, but might have found himself into a DDT there, John.
Yeah, he's going for a guillotine. Nearly gets chicken winged a little bit. Now go back on the guillotine, but it's from side control, a little tougher from here. Trying to step over into mount. He might have this.
It's good. Again, same thing with control. He might be able to reposition this just slightly stronger. It's a little hard with the legs. Now he's correcting them.
Yeah, but then this cross side.
Yeah. That arm's way, and then trying to throw him off, that might give an opportunity to go, with the pass from up top there.
Yeah, if you can overturn them and get into mount, that would be something, but letting them get to side control, this should alleviate the choke, and now in jeopardy of falling victim to Von Flue choke, if Roman can really lock it up and put the shoulder pressure on. This is something from on top, even though you were being attacked from a choke on bottom, this can absolutely finish. And
it sneaks up on you.
It really does. It should be a pure blood choke if they're putting their weight the right way. I think the cage is stopping him, though, so that allows Aaron to get his guard back in and going right back on this deep guillotine. Now he has it from mount. Could be very strong. Oh, good job from Roman of getting his hips away from his own hips. And that's going to keep him alive through this first round. Yeah. And just like every other Aaron Trobee fight that I think I've ever seen, it was just up, down, all around, and nonstop.
You know what the nice part is here? In seeing Trobee's previous work, I've always felt like his guillotine is something that he uses for good control. So it may be still a weapon that he times out incredibly well in this fight. But I think it's interesting, like he controlled that very well. And for that, I was very pleased to see what he was doing. And Roman didn't crack under any of that pressure. Roman's getting his advice now from his corner. Hopefully they make the adjustments that they need to on their side. But other than control, nobody's not necessarily walking away with it with damage. So very much in anybody's game, but I do feel like the slight edge experience is starting to manifest here for Trobee. We'll see how it plays in the second round.
It looked like Roman did more of the damage early on in that first round. So curious to see if that ends up being something, if this does go to a judge's decision, if that factors in. But we'll see. Trobee just throwing that overhand right to close the distance. If it connects, great. If not, then he's still there, and he can now go for the clinch takedowns, or if he grabs the legs, he'd be able to do that as well.
Good reversal here.
He's, with his overhook, he's always controlling this far arm.
Oh. Nice over top there by Trobee.
Yep, and you see that overhand right again.
Yep.
Steps in to close the distance.
Yeah, John, if anything, I think it's just the way he goes over top on that. It's really aggressive and right near that elbow where it can't get out. It is very tucked, like in between almost his own stomach, like even higher than that. It feels very tight every time I've seen it. Now some over tops, nice knee there.
Good.
But a dump here, and now this is going to give some time
for
Trobee to work.
Yep.
I think Trobee's going to look maybe to attack off. Yep, he's really good at controlling these arms, even from that bottom position.
Got a quarter Nelson, and then let's go of it. Oh, I think there was a low blow, and yeah.
Which is unfortunate just based off of the momentum that he was building.
Yeah.
He was doing a really good set of connecting there, John.
That's one of those things. If you have a pace, like Aaron Trobee has a pace.
Sorry. Our DJ literally saw the cue of like, hold up. Uh-oh. Somebody got nut kicked. There you go.
You gotta spin it up.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure people understand. We wanted to give it a pause, to give it a second to let these fighters go, but it looks like we're ready to return to business, and they will pump that music back down, and we can get back to work here. Okay.
Yeah, if you're... Oh, man. Right away. Aaron Trobee going to work.
There. To his credit, for a lot of this, Roman has slipped a lot of those really big overhands that have come his way.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trobee's really just using those to close the distance and get onto the legs and get into the clinch. And so if they land, great, but he's not expecting them to.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting situation, though, because Trobee's trying to go on this Kimura, but if he doesn't get it, he'll give his back. So, and we saw this in the previous fight as well.
Yeah. And this is odd because, correct me if I'm wrong here, John, but I don't really necessarily see a hook. Trobee's actually on top of that leg, which is really weighing down his opponent. So when you're looking at what Roman is doing, like he's kind of stuck in that position where he wants to come and take that back, but it's hard for him to do just with that weight and that angle.
Taking the back is one of the best ways to get out of that, even if they can get like that straight arm lock. As long as they don't break your arm before you get there, then you can use your knee at least to behind their elbow and pry your trapped arm out. But Trobee doing a great job, ends up on top. Yeah, but of course that was the whole like Sakuraba Renzo Gracie MMA fight where Sakuraba broke Renzo's elbow, the same position.
There's 14 seconds left to go in this round. Trobee's trying to unload as much as he can. I do sense that we are seeing the slightest of fatigue, though, toward the end of this round. Like, I think both these gentlemen are feeling the effects of that.
Yeah, Aaron Trobee, that's the thing. It's like he just puts on a pace and he doesn't stop. And so if you're Trobee, you want to make sure that you really work very diligently to not throw shots below the belt.
Yeah.
Because you don't want your partner to have a breather, because if there's anything that looks questionable and they're tired, for sure they will play it up.
It's just,
if they're smart,
John,
take a breather.
When he was building in that momentum there, it is slightly heartbreaking because you feel like he has to take a pause, recalibrate, give his opponent time. He might have recovered in that time, not just from the injury or from like the low blow, if you would, but from the effects of the fight. And that does make a difference sometimes in these. So it is interesting to see how that plays out. But I mean, Roman doesn't want to go all the way back. He's like, no, man, I'm ready. Let me fight now. And Trobee, very calm, very relaxed. The break helped him a little bit. We'll see who is able to either outlast or pick up the win in this third round, John.
Ooh, good left from Roman right away.
Yep.
Trobee rushes in. Just wants to close the distance. He could get caught in a standing guillotine.
Yeah, it's rough.
He's trying to hand fight through this.
It's hard when the hands are out of position
good.
like that, but that was a good beginning to it. It does let you know that Roman has that in his arsenal, and he can potentially hit that.
Nice. I like this from Trobee. Turns it into a double leg. Controls that far leg. This is so much better to put your partner down than trying to finish on that single leg up against the cage there. Oh, good knee to the solar plexus. And Trobee, head down, just winging those punches. I think he's worried about getting hit, and he's also trying to just close the distance, too.
And it's tough for me because there's a part of me that wonders, Roman's so concerned on forward pressure here. I feel like when Trobee does go down with his head low like that, maybe stepping out to the side might give him a better angle or a better look at that, because that head is so significantly down when he brings that overhand, it does leave him slightly exposed. The one thing that it doesn't account for is Trobee's just like attrition. The way he comes out there, especially when it looks like he's exhausted, he's still performing very well.
Still wear you down, yep.
You would have a back take here, but you don't necessarily have that. Now Trobee's reversing the position and may look for a guillotine of his own, John. But you might have remembered, I said a little bit earlier how much he controls with that position. So even if he's not submitting the guy here, he's really stuck. And now that wasn't a bad attempt for a high elbow. I'm not going to lie.
He lulls his partners. Like he'll get that underhook, and then he'll go back to the guillotine just like he did. This one's
might just
more of a
out
crank,
though, John.
I think, Oh, I think he's caught in one himself. The Uno reversal card.
It's a guillotine off, I see. Dropping back. See, the hard part about that is the drop back and not quite with the leg secured now leave you vulnerable to getting past. So he's playing in this very loose half guard, and that's going to give Trobee some time to end the round on top potentially if he isn't able to bring that knee back in. And Trobee, with the right experience he has, maybe getting a couple of these shots in just to leave as a parting gift. 30 seconds approximately left to go in this fight. I think in this particular case, it's going to be Trobee's to lose unless something significant happens.
Armbar.
Like an armbar.
I think that elbow's caught it. No, he got it. Pulled it out.
But I mean,
it's
out, but
it can get pulled back in quickly. I
think at that point,
now he's out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think at that point you're just holding onto it, even though it's not going to break, to keep him in place for the last 12 seconds, if you could. Because look at all this. This is not necessarily fighting the submission jiu-jitsu. It's I don't want to get punched in the face with 10 seconds left to go jiu-jitsu, which, been there.
Yes, it's valid. There's a lot to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges' cage side scored the bout 30-27 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, the blue corner, Aaron Trobee.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by your winner, Aaron Trobee. Aaron, a hell of a fight, an incredible performance. You were so consistent all the way through. What are your initial thoughts of that fight?
It was a good fight, but I just want to say none of this is me. It's my team that invests their time, their body, their technique into me, and it's all God, I promise. This is all God. So glory to God, no glory for me. I recommend everyone train self-defense. Give your life to God, please.
Thank you for that.
Happy birthday, Brayley Vasquez!
All right. Before you go, I would like to say, incredible props all the way through. Again, you did some great moments throughout that fight. Your control was so good. I know it's exhausting being out there, but what do you attribute that attrition to? Obviously, your team got you prepared, but what mentally got you through when you were exhausted in that fight?
Giving my life to God.
Sir, what happens next for you? Where do we see you next?
We're gonna grow our gym. We're this close to 1,000 students. We're gonna beat that. And then, yeah, we got more people coming to fight as well.
Well, if they watch that fight, they have more reason to come train with you, sir. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to your gym. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Aaron Trobee!